Hi everyone, welcome to the Exampreptool. We are happy to say that we have launched a new program to help you during your interview process, during your placements and written exams and also during your workplace. We have designed a course in such a way that to meet all your requirements. Okay. You all know that Reddy sir is always preparing you people for the high paying tech jobs. Okay. So to keeping in the view of that, so we have designed a very unique course. In this course, we are not only providing you very good problem solving skills with respect to the data structures and algorithms. Also, we have added in-depth module on technical skills, which is we are covering the Oracle database in depth from scratch to the highly advanced level, including the project. So this course definitely help you to increase the weightage of your resume and building the strong foundation in problem solving, and also you are building a strong knowledge on databases. Okay, so for that we have designed a lot of use cases, lot of scenarios, lot of questions which were asked in interviews, and everything is there. So let us understand. So you already aware of that, the fact that we have launched the course, right? So then what is the title of the course, sir? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what is the title of the course? Yes. What is that? Industry ready course on data structures and algorithms and Oracle database with a real-time project, right? Okay, let's move ahead. So this is the course title. So what are all the things available and everything we will be covering in this particular lecture. So in this lecture we'll mainly focus on the course overview. What are all the course contains and what are all we are going to provide from our side. What kind of support you are going to get through this course. Okay. And also before proceeding further, let me clarify one thing. So we don't want to decrease your value saying that prepare only for the Infosys related exams like InfoQ or Capgemini related exams or TCS related TCS and QT, something like that. So our main intention is that so you should always prepare for the top product based companies. That is where Reddy sir always is focusing on his classes, saying that you always prepare for high tech jobs. You'll end up in a very good place at the end of the day. Okay. Let us proceed further and understand. So in course title is Industry Ready Course on Data Structures and Algorithms and Oracle Database, including real-time project. So here the first module is Data Structures and Algorithms and next module is Oracle Database, and immediately we will be covering real-time project. After that there will be some important modules are there related to the career, which is a career essential module where we will be covering so many things related to the your profile screening, LinkedIn optimization, okay, ATS resume preparation, and some interview questions and answers. Along with that, so we are going to cover some important essentials, which is HR modules. I mean, like, even though how much strong you are in technical skills and problem solving skills, but sometimes what happens, students always like struggle in interviews, like how to present themselves and how to negotiate the salary. So we're not only covering the subject, so we wanted to complete the full-fledged everything, each and everything possible from our end. So that is why we are saying, so this course will meet all your requirement. Okay. Okay. So before proceeding, let us understand. Let me ask you one question. So all product-based companies definitely uh, testing your problem-solving ability, right? For that, what they will do? Can you tell me one question? So they will be creating a problems in the HackerRank or maybe the lead code. Most probably in HackerRank, they will create a problem. They will add a problem and they'll send you a link to solve. Okay, maybe one or two problems. It will be consuming of 1 hour or so for each problem, right? Let us assume like that. Okay, and the next thing is what, if your targeting role is for data scientist or targeting role is for data analyst in the product based companies, then what will happen, they'll not only ask you to solve the coding problems related to the algorithms, then they will also ask you some SQL related questions also, right? They may give some scenarios and they will ask you to uh, finish that scenarios, submit that assignment. Okay, right? Let me ask my question basically. So in the today's, so we, you know that we are in the era of the data driven world, right? Data driven world. So the question is, the companies like Google, Amazon, Netflix and leading banks, how they are processing the terabytes of data and every second. Think for a moment. Okay, have you ever wondered how they store, manage, retrieve and optimize the data very efficiently? You are getting the data result very quickly, right? Every time whenever you are doing any operation, every time whenever you are looking for, when you search in any application or maybe anything in Google, you are getting the result very quickly, right? Before proceeding further, just think for a moment. Meanwhile, I'll cover the what is the data structures and algorithms module in the course. Okay, let us see. The first module we will be covering data structures and algorithms with the problem solving skills. Okay, here the trainers, you know that for the data structures and algorithms, mainly Reddy sir will be taking care of everything, and also there are other trainers also who are working in product based companies. They will be covering some of the problems related to the algorithms, maybe the frequently asked questions in the product based companies we have compiled, and they will be covering and they will be explaining in the class. Okay, you need to understand properly and you need to replicate the same thing in whenever you are solving the problems in lead code or hacker rank or code forces, project Euler, something like that platforms. Okay, you need to understand the approach, like what is the brute force approach, how the brute force approach, how they are solving and how they are reducing the time complexity when they are moving towards the optimized version of the solution. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? All right, so this is the course, typical course breakdown. These are the topics available. So even though Reddy sir is going to cover very in detail session and like complete topics and everything, and he will be giving the more information, just to cover the overview high level topics I have included, sir will be covering each and everything in the coming lectures in this week only. Okay, now let us understand. So the first topic is analysis of algorithms. First topic is analysis of algorithm. What are you going to learn in this particular topic? Can you tell me? Because I assume that majority of you are from computer science background only, right? So what are you going to learn in the first topic? So you will be learning like why do we need to analyze an algorithm. Okay, given a problem, how can you derive the time complexity and space complexity? Okay, what are the different ways for that finding the time complexity? And also you are going to learn not only for deriving the time complexity for loops alone, and you will be learning how to derive the time complexity for recursive algorithms also. Okay, and you will be learning very important theorem here, which is a master theorem. Okay, and then immediately, so we'll see the next chapter. Okay, next chapter is like, I would say that this is a data structures. Okay, before understanding the algorithms, I strongly suggest you should have a good knowledge in data structures. Okay, so what are the topics in the data structure? Can you tell me? So I've listed the topics, you can see, observe carefully. If you want, you can take the screenshot also. Okay, see here. In the data structure chapter or module, so you'll be having a topics like this: arrays, linked list, stacks, queues, trees, graphs, and hashing. Okay. And the next chapter we'll be having some basic algorithms. This is my way of like designing the syllabus, so sir will be covering in a different way, but just to give the high level overview, I just included like this. Okay, if you want you can take the screenshot. In the basic algorithms you will be covering the searching algorithms and sorting algorithms. Okay, and then we will be covering algorithm design strategies, which is really important. You must have idea on at least major two to three major design strategies. Okay, so design strategies contains divide and conquer strategies and some greedy techniques and some dynamic programming related applications and backtracking. Once you've done these things, we will be covering the good amount of problems. That is the problem solving module, where we will be covering mostly the whatever the questions that were asked in product based companies, FANG or MANG level coding questions. Once after completing these things, you should not think like that the algorithms is over or problem solving is over. So you keep on practicing in the coding platforms, lead code, hacker rank, and also you need to work out on good amount of problems. Then also you have to practice or participate in the coding competitions, coding contests. Okay, now before entering into the next module, which is Oracle database, let me cover quickly. So what is data structure? Okay, what is data structure? Okay, what is data structure? Can you tell me what is the data structure? What do you mean by the data structure? What is the importance of the data structure? Why we have different types of data structures available? Okay, maybe in your academics you have seen so many data structures, right? In the last slide also we have listed few of them, right? The main purpose of data structure is what? So it will store efficient way of storing and organizing the data, right? What is the meaning of data structure? Purpose of data structure is what? Efficient ways of storing and organizing the data. Okay, I would say like data structure is very essential, because they determine how the data is stored in the system and how it is organized and how it is processed very effectively in the system. Okay, so we will elaborate more and more this particular point, okay, in later point of time. For now just understand data structure is very essential, because it will determine how the data is stored and organized and processed effectively in the computer system. When you store, when you organize properly, then the next step become very easy. Okay, next step become very easier. Okay, now what is the advantage of this one? Can you tell me? If you store and organize properly, what is the advantage of it? Let me list out few for you. Okay, it will give the better performance. Okay, application performance is really nice when you choose the right data structure. If you choose the right data structure, the efficiency will be very good, efficiency of the application will be very nice. Okay, and it will always utilizes the optimal resources. It will consume the less resources. Okay, ultimately it will become ease of problem solving. Okay, all right, the next question is, why do we need different ways to represent the data? Okay, why do we need to why do we need different ways to represent the data? Does it really matter? Can you tell me? Why you need to store the data in a proper format? Does it really matter? Yes, you already know the answer. Yes, it does matter. If you store the data in proper way, then it will become very easy when you are working on some scenarios. Okay, let me tell you, different scenarios or different use cases, different, it will demands the data in a different format. Okay, way of handling the data will be different for different scenarios. Okay, just to cover the one or two examples, I have just taken the one example. Just see here. Now imagine you are working on a one of the scenario. Okay, you are designing the one of the application which will be handling the company hierarchy. Okay, company hierarchy. Okay, you need to store this particular data, hierarchical data, in your application? How do you code it? How do you design it? Can you tell me? You need to effectively design a solution. What is the approach that you are going to follow? Tell me. What is the approach that you are going to follow? Now you need to design an application which will be handling the company hierarchy. Okay, company's hierarchy. The structures is looking like this. You can see that CEO, under CEO there are so many hierarchies will be there, right? Vice president of sales, vice president of HR, manufacturing, CTO. There are so many things. Companies to companies it may vary. Okay, how do you handle this kind of data whenever you are designing the application? Can you tell me which kind of data structure you are going to select? Right, if you choose the other data structures, then what will happen? So what is the best suitable data structures to adopt this approach? I mean, like, what is the best suitable data structure? Can you tell me? How do you store the data for this particular scenario? Which data structures you are going to choose? That is the question. Can you tell me? Yes, yes, you are right. Majority of the people are right. So when there is a application that is working on a hierarchical kind of data, definitely we are going to choose a data structure which is a tree. Okay, right? You'll be having idea, right? Completely. There is a root, and under root there are childs and so on, right? Okay, fine. We'll move to the next example. Okay, before closing data structures and algorithm, we'll move to the next application. Now let's see. If you want, you can just take a screenshot of this one before moving to the further. If you want, you can take the screenshot of this one. Yes. Okay, let's see the next example. Now one more requirement is there. So requirement is that you need to design one application. You need to design one application. I mean, like social media related application. Can you take an example of social media? An example. Okay, social media platforms like Facebook, LinkedIn, and all. Okay, Instagram and all. Okay. Now the thing is that, so you need to design one feature called mutual friend suggestion. I already given answer also in this slide itself, but let me complete this one. Okay, mutual friend suggestion. So being a computer science students, let us understand like how this mutual friend suggestion is working. Okay, so what kind of data structure they have selected or they have chosen to design this feature? Okay, you already seeing that there is a graph based algorithm is there. Okay, graph based algorithm you will be having already idea, like, right? What are the graph based algorithm? BFS and DFS, right? Now let us go and understand. Let me stick myself to the only this particular example only. So I have a graph. Okay, let us observe. So I have a graph. Now see, each person is having a is following or maybe having a different friends. Okay, he is following the different friends. Similarly, other friend also is following the different friends also. Okay, now your requirement is you need to find the mutual friends among them. Okay, suppose let's say if I take the two persons, you need to find out what the mutual friends between them. Okay, this is the application. Now your turn. Can you tell me how can you design this feature? Okay, just simple terminology you can cover. You don't need to design a big things. You don't need to write a complete program also. Just think for a moment. Whenever you are watching this video, at least think for some time, because you already finished the computer science and also you were about to enter into the IT also, right? So now how can you show me, how can you display the mutual friends between the two persons? To help you further, let me give a hint to you, even though you already know, but let me help you. Okay, let me help you here. You assume that each user is a node, okay, in the graph. Each user is a node in the graph, and the friendship between the user is represented as an edge. Okay, friendship between the users is represented as an edge. Okay, Now, and also I'm giving one more hint also. Assume that you are using the adjacency list for representation. Okay, because it is a more efficient, right? Memory efficient. It will really help you quickly traverse through the right nodes. Can you tell me the what is the your approach? Now I told you each person you treat as a node and friendship between them is represented as an edge. Now tell me. Now you are using the adjacency list. Okay, adjacency list for representing this one or storing this one. Okay. Now tell me what kind of approach you are going to follow this. And also I'm going to give to make it simpler. Okay, because it is a graph containing lot of edges, right? To make it simpler, just observe this one. Now I just represented like this. User is there and friends are there. User related friends are there. Now you need to find the, suppose let's say if I pick the two persons, you need to find the common friends or mutual friends between them. Okay. Can you tell me how? Can you tell me which data structure? You already know that you are using the graph data structure or graph algorithm. Okay. You choose in a graph algorithms for this situation, right? Now see here. Just observe carefully. Okay, so I am just pulling out the friends of the one person, one particular user, Arjun. Okay, assume Arjun. So Arjun is having the 5 different friends, and also I am pulling out the friends of the Bhavana also. She is also having some friends, but if you observe there are some common friends also available. Okay, how can you find common friends? Now you know that you represented the this graph in a adjacency list format where you will be having a complete information. So now what is your purpose here? You need to find the mutual friend, right? What you are doing here, can you tell me? If you take the intersection, katam over, right? You will get the friends list. Simple, right? See, that is why representing the data in a different way according to the situation is really matters. That is what my purpose of telling about this example. I hope you got it. Okay, you're just doing the intersection, right? Yeah, if you want the programmatically, you can see here also there is some simple Python code I've written. You can see this. You are just converting the user one related friends list into the set and user two related into the set, and then when you have a two different sets, taking the intersection become really easy. Okay, then you are returning the mutual friend list. Over, game over. That's it. Simple. Okay, I hope you understood. So I just listed out some problems and real world problems that you are using daily. Okay, so you can, if you want, you can take a screenshot of this one. Okay, right. So before moving further, like let me summarize. Data structure is a specialized way of organizing, storing and managing the data. Okay, so that it can be accessed and modified very effectively. Okay, hope you got. In a simple terminology, you can say that a data structure determines how data is stored in the memory. How can we effectively perform operations like searching, insertion and deletion and updation. Okay, over. That's it, right? You can take the so many real world examples like this and you can try to implement. Please try to implement whatever that your real world day to day. So many times you are seeing so many things, right? Amazon, how Amazon is working. Okay, whenever you are filtering the data, how the filters are applying. Okay, whenever you are sorting the items in the Amazon, like how it is happening internally. So which sorting algorithms is being used? Okay, what is the efficient sorting algorithm? So in the interviews, majorly they'll focus on basic fundamentals only, but only the thing is that they will ask in a different way. So since you are in an interview room, so don't be panic. Okay, so they'll be always testing your basic fundamentals mainly. Okay, so in this course, whatever is necessary for the interviews, so everything is being covered in a very nice way. Reddy sir is going to deal with the data structures and algorithms. and also so many problems he only covered during the lectures, and he's adding more problems also. We are trying to pull out so many problems also, not only the basic level problems, and we are going to add some advanced level problems related to the dynamic programming, tries, okay, so many other things. Okay, sir will be explaining many of them, okay, in the next lectures. So let me tell you one thing, okay, in any of the software application, you think of any of the software application, okay, a well designed system or well designed application will be definitely must be choosing the right data structure, okay. It will directly impact the system performance, efficiency and scalability, okay. That is why we are emphasizing more and more and about the data structures and algorithms. Are you getting? And also it will ensure the optimal memory management and the processing speed also, okay. That's it about the data structures and algorithms in a simpler way. So in the next lecture, so sir is going to have a very in detailed session on this one. Now we will move ahead and understand the next important module, which is a Oracle database. Sir, why we have chosen Oracle database here? Can you tell me, anybody? If you go and see internet, just search for the which is the number one databases in the market, relational databases, I mean, okay. The Oracle database is the robust and it's a number one databases, okay. So that is why we are covering the database, because so if you learn the very good database, very good one relational databases, then it will become very easy for you to work on the other relational databases also very easily. Trust me, I've just learned one Oracle database very carefully, and now I am working on multiple databases without learning them. It is just matter of syntax and semantics, okay. You can quickly do that in 7 days. If you sit, if you know one Oracle databases, you can quickly work on other databases also. It is simply learning the C++. If you have a very good C++ or Java knowledge, then it will become really cakewalk for you to work on Python databases, Python programming, okay. I hope you are getting what I am saying. Okay, let's get into the topic. So what are we covering in this particular course? So before covering, let us understand each module, what are all the things are there in a quickly. So just see. So course breakdown, what are the core modules available in this Oracle database? So you'll be learning SQL and PLSQL. So where you are, so we will be focusing from scratch level, assuming that you are not a computer science student or a non-computer science student. So assuming that we will be starting from very basic level to the advanced level, which is really required for the industry. Whatever the industry demands, we are going to cover everything. Trust me. So you are going to see not only the basic queries, you are going to see the very advanced level topics, including the real world scenarios, and also you're going to work on the real world project. We will be giving you the real world project, so you have to work like you have to code like a the experienced professional. So we will be guiding you that throughout the course. The moment when you start the Oracle databases, especially PLSQL module, so definitely you'll be working on a lot of scenario based examples. You just need to follow the standards of the coding standards properly, and then you'll be writing. So with our guidance, you will be definitely writing the code like just like an experienced professional, okay. So now next important thing is that just now I spoken about this one, career essentials. So what are you going to do here? So you are going to prepare for the interviews. So we are going to give the interview questions and answers, whether it could be video format or maybe the PDF format. And also if the person is really doing good, and if he really deserve, is very hunger to attend the interviews, and all, if he demands, if he wants, we will be taking the mock interviews also for that students who are dedicated students, okay. And also we will be working on the your profile, okay. So LinkedIn optimization and resume preparation and networking related things, few how to connect with the right people, everything. And also one more important thing is that, just like I spoken earlier, so we will be having some HR sessions where we will be understanding how to behave, how to present yourself in the interviews, and also very very essential things which are salary negotiation tips and tricks. So in this module we are going to cover that. And the next immediately, so as a bonus, people who are interested for learning, people who wanted to grow in their life, definitely we wanted to help that kind of people, whether they will be having a career gap, whether they are non-IT students, it doesn't matter to us. So we wanted to help them as many students as much as possible, as many students as possible. Okay, so we identified that being a computer science student or being a software engineer, it is essential to understand the cloud computing related basics. Okay, along with that, AWS foundations also, it is really really necessary, because nowadays everything is moving to the cloud, right? You'll be having idea. AWS, what are all the clouds, can you tell me cloud platforms available in the market? Top, at least you can name it three. The first number one is AWS, and next immediate, what is that? Azure, Microsoft Azure. AWS is like Amazon. Okay, Amazon Web Services. Next Microsoft one, which is Azure, and next GCP. Okay, Google Cloud Platform. And Oracle platform also there. There are so many other platforms also available, but you can learn one platform, then it will become easy for you to understand the other platforms also, not a big deal. So you'll be having a, so there also, let me tell you, so that is why so many times whenever you see that our computer science faculties are telling that if is a really good computer science faculty, then definitely he will be guiding you to learn more and more about the basic fundamentals of the computer, core computer subjects like operating system, data structures and algorithms, computer networks and database management systems and all. These are very very important in the, not only to the interviews and also during your work time also. Suppose let's say if there is any new technologies coming, definitely it will revolve around all these fundamentals only. Okay, when you, if you talk about the AWS, and what is the basic foundation required for learning the AWS, if you ask me, then I'll tell you only one simple things. Whatever you are learning in your gate exam, right? Computer networking, right? In the computer network, what you are learning there, you are learning so many things, right? So many layers you are learning. OSI models layer, you know, right? So you are learning so many layers. If you learn the network layer clearly, properly, if network layer and application layer, then it will become easy for you to work on AWS. So if you know the IP addressing properly, subnet masking and everything, so one of the domain will cover. So in AWS we have different domains. Okay, 7 to 8 different domains: networking module, computing model, storage related, database related, okay, identity management related. So many other modules are there. So out of that, if you have a very good computer science fundamentals, especially computer networks, IP addressing, so then one module is already over. When you know how to design an infrastructure, so then adding remaining things will become really easy. So that is why, so we wanted to cover databases, along with the databases and data structures and algorithms, we wanted to cover you the cloud computing basics and AWS foundation, because it is really essentials. Okay, please try to utilize, if possible try to enroll today itself. We are going to provide so many things which are necessary before actually we enter into the further modules. Okay, so we are going to give the what are the necessary things before, so that you can prepare and come to the classes. Okay, now again before proceeding further, again we will start with the question. Okay, before proceeding further, we will start the question. So let me ask you a question. Just a second, let me ask you the question. What is the question? I already asked you the same question. I will repeat. First, before starting this data structures and algorithms, I asked you one question. Now I'm asking the same question here. Now you know that we are in the era of a data-driven world, right? We are in the era of the data-driven world. Now I'm asking the same question again. How the companies like Google, Amazon, Netflix, and financial institutions and banking related sector people, how they handle the terabytes of data every second? Can you tell me how the Google is having handling the data, how the Amazon is handling the data? Can you tell me how they store effectively, very effectively? Can you tell me? The simple answer is very simple. It is a robust and high performance databases, and also professionals who are working behind them, okay, to design and optimize and scale them. Okay, this is why, so we have come up with the unique course, including, sorry, so data structures and algorithms, which will be building your problem solving ability. And also, day to day, the data related roles are becoming so popular and they're being paid very well. Okay, so we wanted to add everything possible so that you can work on them really easily. Okay. Okay, right. So in this course we will teach you to master the SQL and PLSQL and database optimization related things and some real world industry related application, so ensuring you to preparing for every possible role, every possible data related roles. Okay. All right. So these are all the questions. How the top companies like Google, Amazon, Netflix handle the massive data operations. Okay. How the financial institutions like ensures the data integrity and data security. Okay. How does the airline system, aviation industry works? How does airline store and retrieve the millions of bookings in a real time? Okay. Simple, right? If you learn SQL and PLSQL along with some basic Unix and shell scripting, so you are going to understand everything very easily. Okay, and once you learn this one, then it will become very easy for you to go to the next level of databases. So whether it could be NoSQL databases like MongoDB and some cloud related databases also we are going to introduce as part of this course. What is that? How to work with the cloud databases. So if you say the cloud, AWS also, we have a cloud, right? Cloud related databases also there, AWS related, AWS service also there, AWS RDS something is there. Okay. And also in AWS especially we have a one DB is there, so Dynamo DB something. So that is a very highly scalable, highly available, okay, robust databases. So that is why, so when you are in academics, try to focus on more and more on fundamental part. Okay, so then the next time whenever a new technology is coming into the market, it will become very easy for you to adapt. Okay, if you have a strong foundation, then it will become very easy. Okay. All right, get into the next step. Okay, let us understand here. Okay, so before building anything, any system or any complex system or everything, so you must understand the foundations, right? You must understand the foundations. So in the database course we have break down the course into different levels. Okay, each and every purpose of each and every level is different, so we will be covering each and every level very carefully. Okay, step by step. It is linked to the next level. Okay, try to see what are all there. Just a second. Okay, so now in this level, so in the level 1, so we will be understanding the basic foundations which is necessary. Okay, so in the database management systems in your academics you will be having idea, right, what is the databases and everything. Similarly we will also here try to cover the basic fundamental foundation things which are necessary for learning the Oracle databases. Okay, so that is, see here, introduction to the database management system. In this level we will be covering the first topic, introduction to the database management system. Here you will be understanding why do we need databases in first place. Okay, how do they store, manage and retrieve the data very effectively? Are you getting? Okay, and what is the different storage mechanisms that are there in earlier stages before database comes into the picture? What is the storage mechanism, data storage mechanisms? So for that we will be covering the file management systems and other things in a detailed way practically. Okay, if possible I'll try to write a one program, application program, and I'll try to demonstrate. Okay, I'll show you properly. And also we'll be understanding how many types of databases are available in the market. If you categorize the databases, no, so there will be different types. One is the relational databases. Under relational databases we will be having so many databases. Just like Oracle, we will be having some other databases like MySQL, PostgreSQL, SQL Server, like that. So many other databases also there. But now since Oracle is the number one, we will be understanding only Oracle databases only. Anyway, next other databases becomes really easy. Okay, this is the first relational databases. Okay, and other category is no SQL related one. Okay, a document SQL, you can say MongoDB, something. There are so many other databases also there. Similarly, so instead of covering everything, let me tell you an important thing. So there are so many other databases also there which is related to the cloud. Just now I was just covering, right, DynamoDB, like that. There are so many other things also there. Google's one, BigQuery, and Azure related the databases also there. Okay, like that. So before entering into any cloud databases, you should have at least a strong foundation in one relational databases. Okay, so then we will be understanding, so what is the ecosystem of the Oracle. Okay, what is the ecosystem of the Oracle databases, and we will understand its versions if possible, if time permits. Okay, we will be comparing the Oracle database with the other databases. Okay, what is there in Oracle, what is not there in Oracle, we will compare it with the MySQL, PostgreSQL and all. Okay, and then we will be understanding the basic introduction to the SQL and its different categories. Okay, you can say this is a universal language of data handling. Okay, you can say it is universal language of data handling. Okay, it is, you can say it is a universal language of data handling. It will be communicating with the databases directly. Okay, SQL is the one which will be communicating with the databases. Okay, okay, let's see. Before entering into the, let's see, so in this level what you are going to cover, by the end of this level you will be understanding the basic foundations of the databases and why SQL is essential for managing the structured data. Okay, that is the focus of this level. Now we will enter into the next module, next level. See here, what is the next level? Basic building blocks of the SQL. Now we are saying that SQL is the universal language, right, for storing and retrieving, managing the data, right? Now if you say databases were a building, if you say databases were a buildings, and I would say SQL would be the foundation for that. SQL would be the foundation for that. Okay, and also before entering into the actual topics, let me give you one analogy here. Okay, suppose let's say now you wanted to design an application for Amazon product catalog similar to the Amazon product catalog. Okay, which will be storing the millions of customers related data, products related data, sellers related data. Okay, now you need to design an application where it will be storing the this all these categories of information: product related, sellers related, customers related data. Okay, how can you create a table so that it can hold all the data related to the product, sellers and customers? Tell me, how can you create the table for that one? Right, for that what you have to know, what is the background required, right? Obviously SQL is required. In SQL, what is the topic that is required? Can you tell me? Can you tell me what is the topic is required? The topic is data definition language. Okay, data definition language. Try to understand why I'm taking the analogy. Okay, it will become very easy for you to understand the core syllabus of the SQL. Okay, now suppose let's say now you have created a table and you stored the data in the table also, you stored also. Okay, now the thing is that you need to add some product information or some product information, let's say. Okay, or you need to update an inventory, update the product related information without breaking the system, without creating any problem in the databases. How can you do that? How can you ensure that without breaking the system, without becoming anything issue? How can you do that? Okay, right. For that, what topic is required? Can you just look and tell me? And also I'll ask one more question. So maybe for this question you can correlate with the operating system also. Okay, now let us understand. Suppose let's say you are in your warehouse, there is only one item left out in your warehouse, only one item left out. Okay, only last item is available in the stock. Okay, now the question is, what happens when the two users buy the last item in the stack at the same time? What happens when two users buy this last item in the stock at the same time? Can you tell me? Can you imagine the situation? Only one item is left out in the warehouse. Two people are coming and trying to buy the product. What will happen? Can you tell me? Maybe you can correlate it with the operating system concept, which is a process synchronization. Maybe your operating system faculty might have covered in very detailed way, right? Maybe I'll give the topic name also, process synchronization, right? I'm just telling you to just correlate because you already learned there so many times. Just correlate what topic you are using in the process synchronization. Okay, if you open the William Stalling book, there you will be finding so much of information there instead of Galvin, right? You will be seeing a lot of locking mechanisms, no, in the operating system process synchronizations, right? So that is, so I am just encouraging you to see, whenever you are learning, try to be practical. So there are so many times there is some linkage will be there between the subjects. If you say the COA and operating systems, there will be some kind of dependency will be there for some concepts, not for all, some concepts. If you see about the recursion topic, it will be there in programming language when you are learning, and data structures also it will be there. Throughout algorithms it will be there, every time it will be coming recursion, right? So if you correlate with everything properly, if you synchronize everything properly, so computer science will become really easy, like it is very beautiful. Okay, so now see, we'll see one by one. Okay, what we are going to see in each topic. See here, in the first topic you are going to learn how to create and modify the database structures. Okay, see here, if you observe here, I'm not talking about the table alone. Okay, I'm not talking about the table. So majority of the times what will happen, if the moment when they see the create command, they will assume only that create is used only for creating the table. Okay, that is a wrong assumption, my dear. Okay, so create is used for so many other purposes also. Like you are not only creating the table alone, you are going to create views, materialize views, you are going to work on so many PLSQL programming structures. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? So there are so many other database related objects available that you need to create. For that you are using the create command. So that is why I said, like, create and modify the database structures. Okay, now once the database structure is ready, once the infrastructure is ready, tables is ready, so now what is the next thing that you are going to do? You need to load the data, right? You need to load the data, you need to store the data, right? Not only storing the data, you need to retrieve the data effectively from the databases. For that, what are the commands available? What is the category? What is the topic? Can you tell me? Now see here. So if assuming if data is available in the databases, using the select queries, you will be retrieving the, or you will be fetching the data from the databases. Okay, for that you will be having a type called data query languages. This is one of the category in the SQL. Okay, then after that, so since the data is available, assuming if the data is available, sometimes what happens, just like how we discussed, right, in inventory you need to modify the some category, some product item. Let us assume now, when you are designing application, you have added so many product categories in the system, I mean software application. Okay, now after some days or maybe after some years, because of the market demand, some products are not at all useful. So now that product related lot of information is available in the system, so it is consuming the more memory. Now you wanted to remove that particular data from the databases, right? What you will do, you will remove the data. But before removing the data, before deleting the data, you must understand if there is any dependency that you have to check in the databases. Okay, that is why, like, relational databases, especially Oracle databases, it is very much intelligent databases, I would say. Okay, now we will see the next topic. How can you manage the transactions? Okay, how can you ensure the data consistency in the database? Okay, how can you ensure the data consistency? Okay, and how can you ensure the data security? Okay, through that TCL and DCL, transactional control languages and data control languages, you will be understanding very in detailed way in the course. Okay, now once you understand that this topic is all these categories, now stage is set for you. Now you need to enter into the practical mode. You need to start working on the practical. Okay, for that, before that, so let me see that. So you need to understand what are the different data types that are available in the databases. Okay, now there are some built-in functions are there, very powerful built-in functions are there in Oracle. You must understand all that, because that will be useful in majority of the times calculations and so many other operations. Okay, I hope you are getting what I am saying. Okay, so but basically this section, through this level, through this section, what you will be learning, tell me, before moving to the next category, next level. So in this level, what you are learning basically, so in this section you will be building the core SQL knowledge. Okay, core SQL knowledge, preparing you for the high advanced queries. So that is the purpose of this level. Now we will be entering into the next level. See here, so what is the next level, tell me? Here you will be understanding some advanced SQL techniques. Okay, advanced SQL techniques, and also some optimization related queries you will be working out in this particular level, and also how to manage the relationships. Okay, so you will be learning how to optimize the queries, how to write the optimized queries. Okay, and how to manage the relationships, how to extract the insights from the data. Okay, what are the topics? Quickly let us see. Okay, now see here, these are all the topics available. What is the first topic, can you tell me? Constraints. Tell me, what is the purpose of the constraint? Yes, majority of the people know, right? So how do you enforce the business rules? Okay, how do you enforce the business rules on top of the tables? Okay, on top of the tables data, right? How do you enforce data integrity? So that is where we will be understanding in the constraint chapter. Okay, so next, what is the next? Sometimes what will happen in the databases, you must need to fetch the data from the multiple tables. Okay, multiple tables, so you need to combine the multiple tables using the join condition. Okay, using some join condition, and effectively you need to retrieve the data from that. Okay, from the databases, and you need to be very careful whenever you are writing the joins. Okay, so that we will be understanding some really important tips and tricks are there, so you'll be understanding during the course. Okay, similar to the giants, there is one more topic is there, set operations. Using that, you are actually combining the data of the multiple tables. Okay, you are just combining the result of the multiple tables, and you are producing the output to the your client or your manager. Okay, maybe in a report format, or maybe in a dashboard format, whatever may be. Okay, now what is the next topic? Pseudo columns in the Oracle. There are so many pseudo columns are there, like sysdate, row number, row id, so many other things are we will be understanding in the course. Okay, now subqueries is a very powerful concept, because you will be writing very complex nested and correlated queries. Okay, you'll be writing some advanced queries to retrieve the data from the databases. Okay, now immediately after completing the subqueries, we will be entering the very important topic, just like a subqueries, which is analytical functions and window functions. Okay, so majority of the times the people who are working in the data scientist role, or maybe the data analyst role, data engineering role, so they will be working on a very huge volume of data, so they need to do the analysis on the data. Sometimes if you use the wrong function, or sometimes if you use the wrong concept, then it will be kill your performance. Okay, impacting the databases. Okay, so that's why, so when you are working in any of this role, data related roles, it is essential to understand that, so how to write the giants very effectively, how to write the subqueries properly. Okay, how to choose the analytical functions or window functions intelligently. Okay, that you have to have an idea. Okay, now next important thing is very important concept, I would say, views in the Oracle. Okay, views in the Oracle. Not only in Oracle, but every database is having the views. Okay, now see, so what is the views? Okay, let us understand here. Now what are we saying here? Creating the virtual table for the abstraction. Okay, okay, now you are creating the table. Okay, what kind of table? Virtual table. Okay, for abstraction. What is the meaning of the abstraction? Can you tell me what is the meaning of the abstraction? In your academics, you might have read this. Okay, abstraction. What is the meaning of the abstraction? Tell me. It will only display the essential things, right? It will display, or it will produce, so whatever necessary, whatever is required. So and it will hide the unnecessary things. In a simple terminology, you can say this one, right? Isn't it? For a end user, only the functionalities is working or not is important. Whether the system is working or not properly or not important. You don't want any kind of logic behind that, how it is working, why you used for loop, why you used while loop. You don't want all those details, right? So you want only the system which will work properly. Okay, now let's get into the topic. So what is the views in the Oracle? Okay, suppose let's say there is a one table is there. Okay, table containing the very sensitive data. Table containing the very sensitive data. Assume employees salaries. Okay, along with the some project related information also. Now, knowingly unknowingly, you have given the permission for this table to the your client. You given permission to the your client on this table. Now he is able to see all your data, salaries and also, right? Which is a sensitive data. He can access the sensitive data also. Isn't it a correct way? Can you tell me? Is it a correct way to give the complete access to the customer on top of the table? No, right? So then what we can do? So using the views topic, that is what the data I'm talking about, the data security indirectly. So what you can say here, what you can do here is that you can create a view on the top of the existing table, which will be containing the so many columns. Okay, in this view, you try to take the whatever the necessary information required for the client. Okay, ignore the all unnecessary things which you don't want, which is a sensitive. Okay, and create the view and ask the customer to query from this particular view only instead of querying the table. Instead of fetching the retrieving the data from the directly from the table, you remove the access to that particular table to the client, and you create a one view and give access to the client on the view. Okay, then what you can do, you can get the data from the view directly instead of going to the table. You can secure your data. Okay, that is what we are going to see in the views. Okay, that is what we are going to see in the views. Okay, okay, fine. You're able to understand, right, what are all the topics? These are very, very important topics. Okay, very, very important topics, not only for SQL developer, for every role, every possible role. You can think of any role in the industry. So there is no project without a databases, without handling the data. Okay, so for that, these are all the very, very important things. Now, we are not going to stop here. Okay, we will be having so many other topics in SQL alone before moving to the PLSQL. Okay, so now at the end of this, but after completing this module, this level, what you will be understanding? Can you tell me? It is there, right? It is there already covered. So by the end of this level, you will be know how to extract the most valuable information from the databases very effectively. That means by writing the optimized queries and also advanced SQL techniques. Okay, before moving to the next level, you will be understanding the more advanced level SQL techniques. Okay, that is what the purpose of this module. If you want, you can take the screenshot also. Now, one more very, very, very important level is that not only writing the queries just like we have covered in the previous slide, that you need to write optimized queries, right? Right, you have to sometimes, even though if you write the efficient query, but if your design of the database is not properly there, or maybe if you are missed out something, sometimes what will happen, it will slow down your performance of the query performance. It will slow down the query performances. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? But how can you increase the how can you improve the performance of the query? Can you tell me what are the tools and techniques, or maybe topics that you're going to use to tune your query, fine tune your query? Okay, so there are some really, really important performance related topics are there. This is very, very important. We are going to deal in a very detailed way. Okay, see here. So if you complete this particular module, you are ready for working on the high performances databases. You can handle the large volume of data very easily. Okay, very efficiently. Okay, now see, let us see. We'll understand the topic by topic, one by one, what is there. Okay, now see, what is the sequence in the Oracle database? Okay, maybe majority of the time, see, every database is having a some or other concept like this. Okay, suppose let's say whenever you are purchasing any item in the any of the application, maybe Amazon. So if you once the purchase is done, so then if you will be observing, if you observe that the order ID will be generating automatically, right? You are not generating, right? Application itself generating. Okay, so how the order IDs, how to generate such kind of integer numbers or order ID kind of things, in the databases? Unique integer ID numbers, how can you generate? Okay, that we are going to see in the sequence topic. Okay, and the next immediate thing is, now there are suppose let's say there is a table in the databases. Sometimes it is not a good practice to use the exact table name. Instead, we will be writing the some alias names for the tables. Okay, this is a general practice in the industry. So we don't try to, sometimes they will create a different while designing the application, they will create a table with a different name, but they will create alias name. Okay, they will also create alias name, and we, instead of using the directly the table name, we will be using the alias name. Okay, alias names, we will be seeing all these things. Okay, now this is where the main focus in this particular level. Okay, indexes in the Oracle. What is the main purpose of this one? We are talking about the performance optimization, right? So this is what the concept is, indexing. Okay, indexing in the databases also you've seen, right? The B tree and the B plus tree, so many other things, right? So this is very very important topics. So it will actually basically boost your query performance very significantly. Okay, meaning speeding up the data retrieval. Okay, speeding up the data retrieval, and also it will reduce the query execution time. Okay, and also it will reduce the query execution time. Okay, understand the terminology very carefully. In interviews also you have to follow the same terminology. Okay, query execution time. Okay, how it will reduce the query execution time, can you tell me? You will be having idea on the binary search, right? Binary search, same concept apply here. Binary search, what is the time complexity for that one? You are not going to search each record, right? In the while you are performing a binary search on the any array, so you're not going to work on each and every record, right? You're not going to search on each and every, right, record. Similarly here also, whenever you are searching the result, whenever you are searching for any record in the databases, instead of searching the each and every record, instead of searching the each and every record, what you will be doing here? You will be following the one searching mechanism, which is an indexed mechanism, indexed scanning. Okay, indexed scanning. Okay, instead of searching the full table, okay, instead of searching the full table for one record, what it will do? Instead of searching the full table, instead of doing the full table scanning, it will do the indexed scanning. Okay, it will do the indexed scanning. Understand the terminology. Automatically you are reducing the unnecessary data. Okay, instead of searching the unnecessary data, that means you are avoiding the unnecessary data and you are searching the whatever necessary. Ultimately what you are doing here, you are execute your performance, query performance, you are improving the query performance. But how does it work? Indexes in practically, how does it work? How does it work practically? Can you tell me how does it work practically? Okay, so that is what we are going to do, deal so many examples here. So you will be creating indexes on multiple columns or maybe single column, whichever is necessary according to the requirement. Okay, so we will be creating a lot of indexes and in a very in detailed way, because this is very very important topics, not only for interviews, in practical, okay, real life. Okay, workplace, during the project, it is really really essential. Okay, now we will be understanding the next immediately, the what is the clustering and what is the partitioning. Partitioning also one of the very very important concept. It will be helpful in improving the performance. Okay, suppose let's say, what is the meaning of performance partitioning? I'll tell you, let me tell you. Okay, clustering, I can say it is optional, but if time permits we will see that one also. Let me tell you about the partitioning. Okay, so what is the meaning of the partitioning? The name itself is suggesting that you are partitioning. What you are partitioning here, tell me? You are partitioning the table. Okay, table into the multiple parts. Okay, suppose let's say, when I was working in one of the organization, one of the product based company. So we used to, that is a very old, okay, very old, I don't want to take the name. They have developed the application. They are dealing with the CD, Blu-ray, that you know, right? There are so many CDs and DVDs we used to use, right, in olden days. Now also there, then some kind of PlayStations, you know, right? Some kind of PlayStations, music related CDs and all. So they'll be managing the data in the databases since so many years, since 2000, early 90s, not early, late 90s, I can say 1990s, something like that. Since then, now also, till now also, they'll be having that data available in the databases. Assume that how much data it will be there, how much performance impact it will be there. So what we have done, the partitioning since 2000, since 2000, like one partition is related to the before 2000s. Okay, now 2000 to 2013 or 14, one partition is there. From the 2013, there is one more partition is there. We have divided. Okay, partition. Now whenever we are searching the data, instead of searching the whole table, what we used to do, we used to search only one particular partition. Okay, one particular section. Ultimately what will happen, you don't need to search the entire databases, right? Ultimately performance will be improved. Okay, Okay, then fine. Now we will be understanding the next topic, what is that is hierarchical queries in the Oracle databases. Suppose let's say that there is a tree-like data structure, tree-like structures are there. How can you query that kind of data? How can you store that kind of data? Okay, there is a tree-like structure is there. How can you store that particular data in the databases, or maybe how can you display the data in a tree-like format? Okay, that we will be understanding in the hierarchical queries. And next thing is CTE. Okay, and recursive SQL queries. So in this particular topic, we will be understanding, we will be writing how to, we will be understanding how to write the reusable and recursive queries. Reusable and recursive queries. Okay. So this is also one of the optimized optimization related thing. It is very really important. Okay. And the next important thing is that regular expressions. Okay. Regular expressions. Now here you will be working on so many pattern matching related queries, string manipulation related queries. We will be having very good examples. Okay, so after completing this module, after completing this level, okay, it will ensures that your query run at lightning speed. Okay, if you know all these things, if you know the indexing, partitioning and CTE and recursive queries, okay, so the performance will be really good. If you understand, then ultimately you can work on large scale applications also. It's not like normal applications also, if you know all these things without depending on any other person. Okay, now we'll move to the next level. Okay, see, now once you done everything, the whatever we have seen till the previous slide, now you are ready to work as a SQL developer alone. Okay, just careful what I'm saying. Okay, you are ready to work as a SQL developer. But now I will, you know that IT industry is always dynamic, right? Dynamic in nature. It will be evolving every time. New technologies, tools, techniques, everything will be coming. Okay, similarly, when whatever the domain that you are working, you should be always in touch with the latest trending things. Okay, so you need to understand what are the latest features in the whatever the domain, whatever the tools or techniques, technology that you are working on. Okay, so we will be covering here in this module. Okay, the latest trend, okay, latest features, what are all the there in the Oracle database, we will be covering version wise. Okay, to stay update. Okay, and also how to manage the semi structured data in the modern application. Managing the semi structured data in the modern applications, it's very important. So many people ignore how to handle the JSON or maybe XML related data in the databases, because no, lot of times what will happen, majority of the modern applications were dealing with the JSON data. Okay, so now when you say that you are working as a data related, when you are working in a data related roles, so you must know how to handle the JSON related data in the databases, how to store the JSON related data, how to modify the JSON related data, how to retrieve the JSON related or XML related data. Okay, this is very important. All right, now once after completing the JSON related thing, JSON related and XML related modules, so next immediately I will be giving you lot of queries, SQL queries, just like similar to the Fang based level, Fang level. Okay, the Fang based interview questions I am going to give you. You need to complete all that. I'm also going to give you structure also for that one. I mean data also, if possible. So you need to write, you need to work on them, and you need to complete the assignments. I'm going to give you maybe close to 100 or maybe 50 to 100 I can give you. So you need to complete. That is a very essential. Anyway, we are going to cover lot of queries in the course, but this particular chapter we are going to cover exactly similar to the Fang level. Okay, a lot of paragraph, lot of big questions and all. Okay, okay, then so we'll move to the next module. So now if you complete this one, then you are set to go for the data SQL related roles. Okay, you can become a SQL developer here. till, if you complete till here. Okay. Now, but I would say always, being a computer science student, you should not say like you are only the SQL developer. Okay, you should say the complete database developer. For that, what is required? Next important thing is, what is that? PLSQL. Okay. Now that you've seen that SQL queries, we have talked about writing optimal queries. We have talked about improving the performance using the indexes, partitioning, and how can you choose the very good analytical functions, okay, or window functions for writing the better queries, right? And we talked about a subqueries. We talked about views, right? So now you know that like, so you know that SQL is very powerful and you learn so many things, right? But what if I say, how can you add intelligence to your SQL queries? How can you add intelligence to your SQL queries? And also, what if I say, how can you add programming capabilities to your SQL? Isn't it beautiful? So you already worked on so many things in SQL. Now you are adding intelligence and also programming capabilities to the SQL. You are ready to work in a very large scale applications as a database developer or maybe data analyst. Okay. So that is what we are going to deal in this module, in this level. So you are going to, if you write the PLSQL, right, PLSQL programs, okay, then you are ready to set it, you are ready to create some automation related scripts related to the databases. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? Okay, now see here in this module what are all there, we will be understanding. So our purpose of this course is that you need to come to this level where you not only add intelligence to your SQL queries, you also add programmatical capabilities to your SQL queries, making it industry, creating the ready, making yourself ready for creating the industry relevant applications by automating the database activities. Okay, by writing the optimized programming PLSQL programs. Okay. Let's see one by one, we will see. Okay, what is the first step? You will be understanding what is the basics of the PLSQL programming language. How can you add programmatical capabilities to your SQL? Then in the next topic, control structure, we will be understanding the some constructs, if decision making constructs and looping based constructs and if else. Okay, so many other things. Okay, and then we will be seeing the how can you retrieve the multiple rows, how can you fetch the multiple rows effectively in the PLSQL using the PLSQL. Okay, and now not only fetching the multiple rows, you also, you must know as a developer, you must know how do you handle the exceptions in a real time. Okay, for any scenario, how can you handle exceptions properly? Okay, right? And then very important topic, very important topic, 33 topic. So implementing the object types in the PLSQL. Okay, implementing object type in the PLSQL. I would say this topic as in another way, collections. In Java, you have seen the collections topic, right? Similarly, here also we will be having some collection topics, which is index by table, maybe associative array, nested array, V array kind of things. So where we will be working on so many the basic programs to the advanced level programs, including there are some very important optimization related topics are there in this particular section. So which is a bulk collect and bulk bind. In interviews, most frequently they will be asking these questions regularly in every interview. Okay, so we'll be covering in a very in detailed way. And next, immediately, so we will be understanding the sub programs in the next topic. So where you will be writing the procedures, functions. Okay, where you will be writing the procedures and functions. In majority of the times you will be writing the, when you say the PLSQL program, the majority of the time it will be either procedure or maybe the functions. That's it. Majority of the business logic will be writing using this topic only. Okay, you have to be very careful. Okay, and packages. Now you are saying that you are designing the database application, you are working as a database developer. Now you have written so many procedures and functions, right? So you have to understand one thing. So keeping every unit or every procedures or functions in a separate entity, it is kind of not a suggestible approach. So for that, what we have a concept called a package. Whatever the procedures or functions that you return, okay, so you will be integrating or putting everything as a single unit, okay, using the packages. Are you getting? Okay. So what is the next topic? Database triggers. Okay, you in this topic you will be main focus is like automating the actions based on some database event. Event can be anything. Okay, event can be anything. You are automating the actions in the databases based on the database events. What is the database event? What is the event? Can you tell me? Suppose let's say now you are deleting the data from the databases. That is the one of the event. Okay, you are deleting the data from the databases. That is the one event. Okay. You are inserting the data into the database. That is also one of the event. Are you getting? Okay. So we'll move to the next topic. Now you have learned enough topics to enter into the final topic, which is a Oracle real-time projects. So before getting into the this one real-time projects, it is always necessary or maybe necessary to understand some few basic things. Okay, so how do you export the data from the databases using the programming? Okay, how do you export? Okay, how do we export and how do we import the data into the databases from the databases? Okay, how to import the data and how to export the databases, export the data from the databases. Are you getting? Can you think for a moment how can you import the data from the databases? How can you export the data from the databases? Before I cover, you can think of it. Okay, so there is some tools and techniques, I can say, for importing. So there is a very important tool is there, which is a SQL loader. Okay, SQL loader, SQL star loader. Okay, using that you will be loading the millions of record into the databases in a fraction of seconds, and also similarly for data export, we will be having a concept called UTL file package that we will be understanding. Okay, UTL file packages. Okay, so in this level we will be understanding some what are the dynamic SQL related things. Okay, how can you write the dynamic SQL related programs? Okay, how can you work with the video and audio and image related? How can you store the PDFs in the databases? How can you store the PDFs in the databases? And we will be understanding some Oracle supplied package. So this is optional, I would say, but yeah, if time permits we will see. But I can give the references to you. Okay, because I don't want to miss anything, so I have included everything. So wherever necessary, I am going to give you a necessary reference to that. Okay, and now at the end of this all these topics, okay, now stage is set for you. You have to complete a one real-time project. We are going to guide you, and you have to complete the project. You have to complete the assignments whatever we are going to give you, and the project is similar to the exactly so whatever that you are going to see in the industry. That is why I would say this course is completely industry aligned curriculum. Okay, there are a lot of scenarios we have developed, designed, so you have to complete all those things. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? So but let's see, if you want to say like one exam, one scenario, one case study. Okay, take one case study related to the Netflix. Can you think of it? Can you take one example related to the Netflix, one database example? Can you think of one real-time scenario related to the Netflix databases, designing a Netflix like databases? Let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you. How can you store the user watch histories, okay, under rating and favorites, right? What are the favorite shows of the user? Okay, how can the database is like generating the real-time personalized recommendation? Okay, how can your Netflix like system is generating the real-time personalized recommendation? And when the how can you write optimized queries? If suppose, let's say, if there is a one show the millions of users are accessing at a time, that means how can you handle the concurrent users? Okay, very very important, all these things. Okay, now if you complete the project, after completing the project, you can say that you are ready to go for interviews. Okay, you can start your job searching process. And before starting your job searching process, so we would recommend always that you try to create a portfolio. Okay, create a one website and put everything, the whatever the projects and whatever the skill set and everything, your achievements, in one of the website, and try to create a one video resume. Okay, video resume, talking about yourself, talking about your achievements, talking about your technical skill set. Okay, so that definitely interviewer will be impressed with your approach. And also one more important thing, in the portfolio whatever that you are writing, right, in the portfolio whatever you are creating, so in that portfolio website, so whatever the project that you are going to work here, right, maybe here or maybe in your academics, whatever you did, if you feel that whatever project is good, whatever project that you have a very good command, okay, try to create a 3 to 4 minutes video or less than that, 3 to 4 minutes video or less than that, explaining about the key features of that particular project. Put it in the your portfolio website. And whenever you are creating a resume, put all those information in the resume also, link your LinkedIn information, your portfolio website related information. Okay, try to change the approach of job searching. Okay, don't stick to the olden methods like copying the resume from somebody else. Okay, that is not a good approach. You try to think intelligently, so whatever necessary you do from your end only. Okay, we'll move to the next thing. So we have talked so many things, we are providing that one, this topic is there, so many things are there, right? So if you see in the market, they will be providing the DSA course alone, or maybe along with the DSA there will be some kind of database related fundamentals and operating system fundamentals, or maybe computer network related some basics. That's it, they'll provide only basics. But see, to become a good software engineer, along with the problem solving, I mean, like, DSA is alone enough? Can you tell me, DSA alone is enough? That is what my question. DSA alone is enough? You should have at least you should be master in one technology, whether anything, any technology. Along with the data structures and algorithm, you should be master in one of the technology, any technology. Okay, if we talk about the Java Spring framework, you should be Spring framework, microservices. If we talk about the Python programming, along with the Python, very important libraries for the data sciences like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, SciPy. Okay, Scikit. Okay, are you getting what I'm saying? Along with that Django framework, or maybe the Flask, the lightweight one. And database is that is a universal, you can't avoid it. Even though you are going for Java, you are going for Python, you are going for any other .NET related technologies, but without databases there is nothing, you can't do anything. The people whoever is having the multiple skill set, they will be having a high advantages in the market always. So that is why we have come up with a unique course which will be covering a very we will be covering from very basic level data structures to the highly advanced level design techniques. So we are going to give the FANG level coding questions with the video solutions, telling from brute force approach to the optimized version. And also, not only we are providing the data structures and algorithms course, along with that we are covering databases in practically each and everything. More than 1,000 queries we are going to cover in this course. Along with that, we are going to provide a lot of assignments for every chapter, for every chapter, for every module, for every level, we will be having some assignments. You have to complete that assignments by your own. Anyway, we are going to cover everything in the course, 1000 plus queries, but still I would say try to complete the assignments as soon as the topic is over. Okay, so whatever, if you follow whatever we are saying, definitely I would say immediately after completing the course you are ready for the job. That is what we are saying. This is a job ready program instead of normal technical skill enhancements program. Yes, this is a skill enhancements program, but the thing is that once the course is over, are you ready to work on the any of the project without any further training? Please question yourself. You might have attended so many courses. Can you say that confidently after completing the course you can ready directly you can deploy on the project? So that is why when we are having a meetings with the ready sir, the clear objective of this course design is that immediately completing the course you should be deployed directly into the project, ready to deploy model. That's it, simple. You can work directly in the project. See, if you build a strong foundation in data structures and algorithms, if you have a if you spend one more week time, you can complete the Python syntax and semantics directly. You can say that you can know the Python also. Okay, with the syntax, if you learn completely syntax and semantics of the Python, because you already worked on very good problems, so much of big problems, coding problems, right? So you can go directly as a data analyst also. If you complete this course with the data structure course, that whatever the course that we have designed, you can say that you can go for the data analyst role directly. And if you have a little bit of knowledge, and if you have a little bit of other technologies like Hadoop or something like that, Spark and something like that, so you can directly go for the data engineer roles. And now immediately after completing the role, you can say that you are a full stack developer, database developer. It is a starting step. Okay, once you learn all these things, then the next step become very easy for you. If you are strong in the data related technologies, okay, or database technologies, it will open a multiple dimensions for you. What are the multiple dimensions I mean here? Just now I'm telling about the data scientist role and data analyst role, data engineer role, right? We spend 10 to 20 days of time, you can cover the remaining topics whatever there, and then you are ready to work on those technologies also. Okay, so here we are going to provide actual interview questions and answers also. Okay, don't worry about that. Are you getting? Let me tell you one thing. Okay, there is no project in the world, there is no project in the world, there is no business in the world without handling the data. That's as simple as that. Okay, so that is why try to be strong in whether you are joining the course or not, but try to be strong in the databases. Okay, you should build a very strong foundation in the databases. Are you getting what I'm saying? Yes. And now you understood that there are so many things in the course and everything, right? How to enroll the course, whom to approach, right? What is the syllabus? You have already seen very in detail syllabus, the same syllabus. Okay. How to get a discount? Okay, how to enroll the program, what is the course duration and everything. So I would say if you are learning any technology, and if you are in academics, or if you are in a career gap student, or any non-IT students, if you want to enter into the IT, so I would strongly suggest you should complete the technology within a 4 months. Within a 4 months, including the project, that is also including the project, you should complete the course whatever the maybe you are learning. Within the 4 months you should be ready with the project, you should be ready for attending the interviews. If you crash 4 months means you definitely, there is a high chance of losing the motivation. Okay, that is why I strongly suggest uh, try to enroll. So we have designed the course to complete within a 4 months, including the data structures and project, Oracle database and project, real-time project. Okay, within the 4 months you are set to go for job searching process. And wherever we found openings, we are going to provide you the openings related information also to you. Okay, you should do the always intellectual discussions in the groups, whatever that we are going to create for the course. Try to enroll for the course. Okay, and if you are ready to, if you are a person who want to learn, if you are a person to who want to increase your technical skills, so we are ready to help you if you have that hunger. Okay, let's start the journey. Okay, so this is the course highlights that I'm talking many times, the same things that I'm added here as a summary. You can see that the course highlight that we are going to cover data structures and algorithms and problem solving from basic to advanced level, and you're going to see the Oracle database in very in depth and including the real-time project, and you're going to get a FANG level SQL coding challenges. Okay, and also some real-time scenarios relevant to the industry, so that is automating the databases activities. And also you are going to have some exams, written exams. So we will be conducting some exams. Okay, you need to clear that exam. Okay, and if you are the person who want to clear the certification exam, if you want to have a certification, certification, I mean there are so many official certifications exams, right? Now for a Java, you will be having some OCJP exams, right? Earlier it is a Sun certified Java programmer exam, now it is a Oracle certified exam. Similarly, Oracle is conducting the exam for SQL and PLSQL separately, so you can crack any of the exam. For that, if you are really interested, then we are going to provide a certification exam related questions, direct questions. Okay, and suppose let's you, if you are a person who is having a career gap, if you are a person who is having a career gap and you wanted to restart your life and you want to enter into the IT. Okay, we have designed these programs to meet every person's requirement. Okay, even if you are non IT, you can enter. For the people who are having the career gap, we are going to provide, we are going to monitor you properly, we are going to help you. Okay, so don't worry about that, so we are going to help you in every possible way. Okay, yes, after completing these things, you should be creating the portfolio. That is what we are saying, right? Are you getting what I'm saying? So you have to create a portfolio, very good portfolio on your. Okay, now if you want to enroll in the program, please try to reach out to the Reddy sir or my number. So we're going to give the more information. If you want a discount, we are going to provide as a launching offer. We're going to have a good discount, so you can reach out to us. If you have any concerns and doubts, you can reach out to us. Okay, yes, thank you. If you have any doubts, please reach out to us. Okay, we're going to help you. Thank you so much, guys.